Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome. Welcome into episode 3 of our 3-part mini-series, Tachyon Squadron, the Pirates of Kepler Valley. I'm so excited to see everybody here. Thank you for being here, for supporting the show and this amazing cast and the adventures that we're about to go on, which is, well, it's a finale, isn't it? I am worried about what's going to happen. I'm sure it won't be dangerous at all. It's cool. It's cool. It's fine. First off, though, I want to thank our sponsors. So our sponsors, who are right here, we have one of the things that. So first off, it's really important to pay your cast. Our cast sits here; they do a lot of work. They do their stuff. It's important to compensate your cast, and one of the ways in which we can do that is a mix of support from you all in chat and our Patreons and all of the tips and the bits and all of that. But also we are lucky to have some companies that also help us up. Toad is a loser that no one likes. That doesn't seem true at all. I don't even know why you would say that. But
if it's in the
we
chat,
have
it's
some.
true.
Well, if it's in the chat, it's true. Then I suppose now we know. So we have some companies who have sponsored us, and what the things they do is like they give us PDFs of the game so that our players don't have to buy the PDFs themselves. They help us out, and so I want to thank them for helping out. And I want to thank this season Christopher Gray, who's done Great American Witch, Broken Dice, that does the Nodwin Chronicles, Black Void Games, which is Black Void, Mighty Narwhal, which is Mora, Smunchy Games, which does Parslings, Aracana Media, which is Mbiru, Evil Hat Productions, which does both Fate of Cthulhu and Tachyon Squadron, and Game Machinery, which does Defiant. So, if you have been inspired by these games, go to those companies, check them out, and pick up a PDF or a hard copy, whatever floats your boat or moves your spaceship. Also, I want to thank our affiliates. We are affiliated with 2 companies, and they are Grinding Coffee, which is a Black LGBT plus owned coffee business, and they're pretty awesome because they use starfighters to ship through space and time coffee to your home. So they've got like the best roast, and you'll be happy with it, and it comes from perhaps another dimension or planet or galaxy. I mean, it could also be a company here on Earth, but I mean, you never can tell. I mean, if you don't see the spaceship, how do you know? It's just not. I'm just saying. The other company, and by the way, if you use our affiliate code Penny for a Tail, you will get a discount. Our other company is Dice Dungeons, which you can find at dicedungeons.com. And they are enablers of people who like to hoard dice. If you like to hoard dice, then I feel like you should go there. Also, if you use Penny for a Tail, you'll get 10% off. And I tend to think 10% off means 10% more dice. So, that's what I'm thinking. Those are my thoughts. So I want to thank all of them. And I will say that there are a couple ways which you can help our current cast show. One thing you can do, of course, is that you can retweet our going live tweet, which is right here. Yes, it currently has 16 retweets and 1 quote tweet. That's 17. At 20, our heroes will get a boon, some kind of cool boon. At 30, I will get a boon. It's also called a bane, but I mean, at 40, they will get another boon. For every 5 subs or resubs, they will get a special fate point. They currently have 2 of these. Oh, no, they don't have any. They use them all. They don't have any special fate points because they used them all last time in their desperate attempts not to get murdered. So that was cool. But for every 5 resubs or subs, they will get a special fate point that they can use as a group. Also, you can donate directly with bits or tips. For $5, you can create an aspect on the ground which can help them out, and like an aspect like stealth technology or inspired to greatness, all sorts of things. Also, there are also for $10 you can help them. I wrote this down even. I don't even know where I put it. For $10, it is a consequence, I believe. No, $10 you can up them their their maneuverability on space combat, which I don't know if we'll have today. And then for 15, you can clear some damage to their ship or to them. I believe that is our donation situation. That said, if you help us out, it is appreciated. You kept them alive last time when they were trying to get through a whole bunch of pirates. A bunch of pirates. But at this point, let's talk about. Oh, we just got a donation from Rissa, who says, not sure if we'll have space combat today, but if not, can I let 2 PCs each add an aspect? Yes. I'm going to say right now, player's choice. When you need it, there are 2 aspects that you need. If you need them, they are there for you. And those aspects are true. So if you want to say you have an aspect that is like, I don't know, the room's on fire, or who knows
Casual.
what? Like, I mean, maybe you want that. I don't know. You could add them. But I feel like with that, it is time to introduce our players, who I am more than pleased to be able to GM for. And I would like to start with somebody who's like, I wasn't listening to rock in the 70s. Mem. She of the awesomeness and like such like a laid back coolness is the Mem. Like I always feel in a like good safe space when Mem is around. Mem hype. So Mem, who are you? Who are you playing? And please tell me, as your squadron, battered, bruised, in trouble, is flying onto this planet where there is a pirate base, what is your character thinking? To maybe save this space princess, who is actually also a friend of yours, as it turns out? You didn't know? What? What are you thinking? Also, you have Pookie with you, a happy space dog.
I forgot about Pookie.
I didn't forget about Pookie. In your spacesuit is like this.
There's a very expensive fancy doggy in my spacesuit. Well, hello. Hi everyone, I'm Mem, and I will be playing Raya Milan, also known as Vandal. We both use she, her pronouns, and Vandal's not feeling her best, either physically or kind of mentally. We are stressed, we are injured, things aren't great, and she's real nervous about getting onto this planet and trying to save this princess that she didn't realize was a princess. So
you thought she was a florist.
yeah, she just came and did some arrangements, and she would chit chat, and then she'd be gone for a while. And today we learned
that not only was she a princess, but a princess from the Dominion of Unity, which is like the big totalitarian state. And if something happened to her, that'd be real bad. Like, real bad.
Real bad.
Speaking of princesses, I'd like to throw it over to Best Kind of Worst. Who plays, who do you play? First off, Best Kind of Worst has the best kind of hair. That there's one thing that we have to know about Best Kind of Worst, and everybody knows this, is that Best Kind of Worst has the best hair ever. And I covet Best Kind of Worst's hair because Best Kind of Worst still has their hairline, and Best Kind of Worst hair does the best things ever. And I just dream of his hair all the time. So Marcus,
you like
who are you?
I can like ship some over if you want. Like I have a bunch of it. I can get yeah. I'll get some next time. Just DM me and we'll get that going. Hi, my name is not Best Kind of Worst. That's my Twitter and Twitch handle. You can follow me there. My name is Marcus, he, him, and I am playing Rosa, a young up-and-coming fighter pilot who is incredible at shooting. 11 plus confirmed kills, top of the line. Rosa's good with guns. She's very neat. She's very precise. The only thing really messy about her, aside from the bar fights that she occasionally gets in, is her hair. Her hair is usually just constantly messed around in her face. She tries to tie it up. It does not. It is very similar to me, where you cannot control it. It has a mind of its own. And yeah, I'm excited to meet a princess.
I heard something sort of distressing,
Uh-oh.
by the way. Yeah.
Mm,
I heard that you had 11 confirmed kills.
correct.
Toad has 10.
Oh. Oh, funny that. Huh.
That
Interesting.
seems very distressing.
Yeah.
Whew.
Oh,
Yeah,
especially when I'm pulling
so
off rolls like that. I'm just practicing
wow.
right now. Rosa's the best gun in space. I stand by that.
Oh,
And I'm
no.
just gonna leave that there for a little bit for people just to, if anyone wants to mess with us,
Right. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
think again.
So, speaking of people who might mess with people, you know who I'm thinking about right now? I'm thinking about Strider. Strider himself does not mess with people, but his character might. But I will say this about Strider: I don't know if you've seen Strider's art. Strider's art is amazing. Strider is it's like Strider's such a supportive player and also a brilliant artist. And so for episode 3, I'm going to throw it over to Strider. Who are you? Who are you playing? And what are you thinking as you come into this pirate bay? Pirate bay.
Thank you so much. You're always trying to, take words away from me, so I don't know what to say. Hi, my name's Strider. Strider here, making doodles and eating noodles. I'm playing Edward the Baron. He's the group's grumpy old dad. He's going to try his best to get everyone back home alive and well, but they're all in way over their heads. What's going through his mind? Nothing. He's fine. Small talk. The weather. Forecast fair. 10% chance of solar flare. 50% chance fiery awful death. Me being here for it, though. 100%.
I just really want an explosion to happen behind you and you just don't look backwards. Like, you just have that, like, real, like, I'm going to walk away from the explosion and not look backwards sort of vibe about you, and I'm here for it. I want you to know it.
He'll pull his sunglasses down and, like, the slow motion walk would just be beautiful.
Yes. Speaking of explosions, somebody who might know a thing or two about explosions, or at least their character might, B Zelda. B Zelda, I have played with them in 2 different campaigns now. Yes, two. The Southlands and this one.
Yes, okay. I'm like, do we count this? It's not a campaign yet until we save the princess.
It's fair. That's fair. And they are. I love playing with them. They're very fun. Like, I love the mix of sort of like humor, but also depth that they always bring to their characters, at least in my experience. And so, B, who are you? Who are you playing? And what is your character thinking as you move towards this pirate base full of pirates that you might know?
I mean, I might know 1 or 2. It's fine. Hello, I am, as always, your non-binary busy bee, and I am joining you all playing Jester, or most notably known as Junkyard. And explosions may or may not be their middle name. They've never actually had a confirmed middle name. Sometimes it's grenades, sometimes it's explosions, sometimes it's rocket launcher. It's really dependent on their mood. And they're apprehensive, stressed, apprehensive, anxious, nervous, sweaty palms, the regular feelings that you get when you walk into a den of, like, ex-friends / enemies.
Yeah, that seems exciting, right? Yeah, and
totally, no stress, none.
Yeah, no stress. I was just looking at your character sheets and looking at how much stress you all have, and
Don't look at the stress.
cool.
There's so much stress.
Yeah, no, I was just looking, being like, oh wow, that sounds bad, huh? Wow, that's cool. So I'm your GM, Trooper SJP, and I'm here to give them a good time right now. Let us bring up the curtain. Last time on Tachyon Squadron, Pirates of Kepler Valley, our heroes they discovered a ghost ship that belonged to the Princess of the Dominion of Unity, who had been kidnapped by desperate and dastardly pirates who Junkyard Jester knew quite well, and perhaps were looking for them. Mem, who plays Vandal, discovered not only that this was indeed the princess who she knew as a humble florist who was sweet and friendly and mysteriously traveling to the Dracona system quite often, discovered one more thing. An expensive dog named Pookie. They were able to chase off Toad, their rival, who is apparently dating Rosa, although Rosa says, "Nah, I don't like you at all. You're smelly and have bad hair," especially after it went, set on fire, as it was. But some tales of explosive diarrhea and perhaps also a plague chased off Toad, so he was not able to find out what it is they were up to, keeping their secret safe and perhaps not having an international incident. Speaking of international incidents, our Baron used his special technological skills and his thoughts and his knowledge of the underworld to get a sense of what is at stake in here, and what is at stake is nothing less than an intergalactic conflict. Also, however, people might want to know about the location of this princess. Will our Baron betray the team to give that information to his contacts, his mafia contacts? Who knows? Well, we'll find out today in our finale for Tachyon Squadron, Pirates of Kepler Valley. And as our curtain emerges, our heroes, in some starfighters, some gators that have been hit, have been injured, been damaged, made their way through a slew of pirates who are making a blockade. And as they fly into the frigid planet that is Asami, towards the Kepler Valley, this is a windswept, snow-swept sort of place of desolate cold. And in this place, of course, nobody would suspect that there is a pirate base. On the other side of the planet is where there are some miners, a small mining community that's mining to sort of, for the Dracona system. But on this side of the planet is a base that has pretty impressive anti-spacecraft artillery pointed out front. If you do not want to hang out with the artillery, you could land a bit farther away and make your way there on foot into this base. And I ask you, what would you like to do?
Team, do you think we should just explode our way through the base?
You know
No.
these people. Why don't you just tell them that you're back?
Oh, I don't want to die. That's silly.
I'm thinking going
You
in guns
understand.
a-blazing in their ships is not necessarily the best idea, especially if we want to try to get in there as quietly and sneaky as possible.
Oh, wait, that was...
We
We
don't want
want to
them
be
to-
quiet and sneaky?
Well, we could always be loud and brash, but I'm always down for that. But I do think that it might be better if we have the element of surprise, especially since we're trying to steal what I assume is a under incredibly tight guard princess.
I just want to point out that we just had space combat, though, so I don't know how,
It's way up in
sneaky
space.
we're going to be. Way up in space? Like, they couldn't see that or hear it, or didn't get any callbacks to their base or anything? Nothing?
It's a question.
No.
Does the
Well,
does any of the
okay.
surrounding area that we can see is it any of it like on
I'm-
high
I'm-
alert, or is there any movement?
Pardon me. I would like to make a note. We just have reached 5 gift subs, which will give you all a special fate point right now. That's 3 from Polished Cryptid and 2 from Rissa. But also, we just got a donation from Rachel Reacts to clear the consequence on Vandal. I was going to maybe murderize you today, but apparently somebody doesn't want you to die immediately, so you can clear that consequence. They only have 3 consequences. After 3, then then it's bad, but fine, we'll just keep you one step closer to life right now, Vandal. I'm just gonna accept it. I'll accept it.
Sorry, I have to stay alive. Sorry.
It's fine. I believe the that consequence was that you were shaken. You're kind of really stressed out and shaken right now. But I would like you to tell me, what about this moment as you're sort of flying in, trying to figure out what kind of approach you want to take? What gives you resolve besides chat?
Well, you know, the little dog who just went through it with me, flying all crazy like poor Pookie, really just kind of like settles in, settles down, relaxes, and then just that closeness kind of helps her to kind of bolster her resolve to get this little precious little dog back to her owner, help save this princess, and she's kind of like found herself and her strength again.
Carry on with your conversation as you get that you're really good. You are really good at what you do, Vandal, and you know it. Your confidence is no longer shaken, and Pookie licks your lip, just lips your cheek, like inside your, like just inside.
Yeah,
your,
there's no
your
getting
space.
away.
Yeah, just. And so, please.
Music box. There was some static when you were talking. What were you saying? Music box, are you there? Oh no. Well, Rosa's no longer here. How do we continue?
I just heard the name. I am. Is everyone talking? Is anyone talking at all? Everyone's frozen on my screen, so I don't know.
Oh no, Marcus.
Marcus!
We'll let
Issues.
them address the technicals. Well, how do we want to proceed? I am okay landing the ship since it's not doing so great.
I too want to land.
All right, I'm outvoted then. Rosa doesn't get a vote. I muted them.
Well, that's why I couldn't hear anything. Okay.
Rosa
Okay.
is you could like see Rosa like banging on stuff inside of the ship. I can hear everyone now. What?
It looks like Baron muted you.
I'm
You are
ready to
voted, so we'll
land.
go land. Yeah.
Would you like to land? Can I get? Let me see. We probably need to think about this
no.
because there's more than one approach. You know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I feel like we should probably ponder the different approaches. Can I get a sneak?
Can you?
No.
I would like a sneak. That's what I would like. Or
Yep, give us an or,
are in
please.
your ships. You are in your ships. Let's talk about this.
Okay, we're ready.
You need to figure out where you want to land. There's this base. There's finding the best place, I think, will be technology to sort of scan the area to find the best place to land. So could I get someone to give me a technology?
Let me scan the surrounding areas.
Oh, okay then. That's very good. You needed a 3. So, Junkyard, you're scanning. And you're seeing this base. This base is built into a mountain, and there's this big open bay doors with anti-spacecraft guns, like massive guns. And you can tell this is probably where they come in and out, where the pirates sort of move their ships in and out. And everything's pretty shielded, so that's not pretty great. You're sort of thinking this is, if you come in that way, you could land, but they might see you, and then they might then shoot you down. And you're sort of pondering this, and it's a bit of a tricky pickle. And now, if you were a regular technical person, if you were not superb as you were, that would be it. That would be it. But yet, you are superb. And in the static of your signal, you catch a very faint other signal. There is a back door. There is a back door to this pirate base. it's not big enough to fly spaceships, and you're going to have to land somewhere and then walk the distance through the snow. But I'm going to need somebody who has got tactics to see if you can find the best place to land.
Edward.
Oh, I think that'd be me. I'm also rolling superb.
Hey.
I see.
What a team.
You know, all right then. That is fine. Dear team, Baron, as you're scanning for where to land, you need a good landing spot. Here's the problem. This planet is cold, it is miserable, it is dreary, the temperatures are not good temperatures, and trudging through this environment is going to be dangerous. And there's not a lot of really good landing spots. And if you were just, great or average or fair, you probably would find a spot that's somewhat far away that would leave you trudging through snow for quite some distance and expose the elements in ways that might be very, very distressing. But you are superb. You are not just some regular tactician. You are amazing. And you were able to find a spot that is only like two moves away from that door. So rather than having to move like 3 or 4, like spend that much time trudging through the snow, only like 2 bits. The question is, can someone land you there? Do you have somebody who's got the excellence in pilot to drive you all into this spot?
Well, we do have a Vandal.
It's my time to let us down.
I think it is your time. Fair. It is fair.
Okay.
You have 1 group fate point. Your number that you need is a 3. Would you like to spend the group fate point?
Can I spend one of my fate points?
Yes, you may. Tell me.
Let's just do that.
Tell me, though, as you are sort of guiding your flight into this very narrow ledge, like it's not a very long ledge or wide, but it's what Baron found. And as you're guiding your flight to land here, it looks like you might not make it. It looks like it might be too narrow. But tell me how you, Vandal, are able to salvage the spot and make sure that your flight lands safely and not careen into a crevasse of icy doom and fog.
Well, Vandal never had a second of doubt that we were going to land this thing perfectly. Like, everyone else might have been a little nervous, and Vandal was like, no, that's plenty of space. What are you talking about? I've got this. Why can't you land this? I could land anything here. And she just, just goes for it. There's not a moment where she thinks that she can't do it. She knows that she can. And then as she's kind of like settling down and skidding down, maybe there's like a little second of doubt, but then she's got a little Pookie in there. And she's like, no, we have to make this work for this little dog. And just nails it.
Then there's one more roll that we need. As you all land your somewhat bruised and battered starfighters onto this very narrow ice ledge, you have to start making your way from this ice ledge to this back door. Rosa, please roll athletics to cover your friends. To pick a route across a very narrow ledge. And as you're sort of picking this route, you can see a little bit of a rock falls from the ledge above you. The little parts of the ledge crumble. And this is a very, very difficult route. And you need to pick the right steps so that none of you fall to your doom.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty big deal. Let's see.
Fair. You need a 3.
We die here because of you.
Fate point. Fate point.
Yeah.
Rosa looks. Rosa kind of takes a look. she kind of plots it out in her head, and she could see everyone falling. So she takes a second, ties up her hair, spends the fate point to make that a 3.
5 is what you make it a 4.
Five. Oh, a 5. Sorry, 4.
A 4.
We're all good at math.
What aspect about you allows you to do this? What allows you to sort of see, oh, that's not the step, right? What allows you to save your friends as you make your way towards this door? What of your aspects?
I would probably say of Rosa's aspects, this might go into the wrong place, right time. Because there's always, if you're smart enough, Rosa firmly believes that if you're smart enough and cunning enough, even if you're in the bad situation, you can get out of it with the right timing.
So that is true. And as you make a step, right, you make that step and it crumbles and the ledge collapses, but you hadn't put enough weight on it and you're able to stop. And then you step over that spot and you're able to guide, testing each little bit of this route, this winding route through this sort of cliffside ledge, to make sure that each of your friends makes it across and steps in the right space. You know, you've always been you have a lot of attention to detail, Rosa. You know, always a lot of attention to detail. And perhaps this is like when you had to dodge stepping on all those nuts and bolts that Jester somehow puts in your room all the time.
Yeah.
You know, but you are expert at this. And you bring your friends, your comrades, through this ledge back to this very small person-sized, not spaceship-sized door. And there you are, in front of this back door to this pirate base. And on the inside of this pirate base, who knows what will await you? What do you do?
Well, Rosa pulls out her blaster, just kind of make sure her hand's on it, just double checking everything before she goes in. She knows this is not going to be easy, and she's ready for a fight.
All right.
How impressive! How impressive is this door? Like, am I in love with the mechanics of the door? Is it like a marvel of technology?
Yeah. Yes. This door, my friend, is nice. How much you want to bet that it is locked?
One way to find out.
It is state-of-the-art security. It is. It's nice. Ooh, it's nice. Yeah. Ooh.
I've got to pet the door first. This is beautiful. Oh wow, the material, the craftsmanship involved is simply outrageous. Where's
the It is colder than those clammy hands out here. Hurry up.
Is there a control panel? No.
There is. You would have to use technology to hack it. Have you hacked things before? I mean, I can't imagine you have. I mean, would an innocent, sweet Jester who's never hung out with pirates before hack? Oh, you hacked things last episode. Maybe you hacked things really well, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you might have some technology hacking skills. Yeah.
It's a thing.
Could you roll me a technology? The difficulty is 4.
Oh, I got you.
So
Blue
that's
wire
a tie.
For the red wire. Oh. Who does the tie go to?
Tie's a partial success.
Right.
So let's talk about this. Partial success. Unless you want to spend a fate point and make it a full success. A partial success means that you can succeed at a minor cost.
I think everybody else has sacrificed the fate point. I mean, except for Baron, but your moment will come to really make this adventure, this beginning. It's been a really good success, and I think Jester's cognizant of that. So becoming, because they are an infamous engineer, they just have the wherewithal, the knowledge. Like, you cut the red wire, you reroute this. For some reason, I have a soldering iron, and like I just, I'm so prepared.
Where did you get that? What?
What? You don't always carry one?
I kind of like the idea that like you have like a full kit. Like you just open up your jacket, you have like literally everything on you. That's why you're so jingly when you're walking. you must
Not
be like,
just
I like the idea that
knuckles.
also like that they're like they have so much on them that they are actually just made of muscle and technology.
Yeah.
image.
So I want to talk about this moment, this fate point moment. You brought out the little wires, right? Describe this as you're trying to hack in.
Okay. Well, because they also have like wire cutters, of course. So I'm just picturing like it's a mess. Like, is this like, are we going hardware? Or are we going software here? Actually, that's a good question for me to ask. Am I hacking something?
It's up to you.
Go ahead. Oh gosh. Well, I've already started to describe hardware. So I think that like this is a beautiful, beautiful state-of-the-art backdoor security system that has been set up. And like most people traditionally know that you are like, if you try to hack the software, it's so heavily locked down that it will just alert whoever has kind of set in some of those things to kind of watch out for certain tells. But what they don't know is if you cut a couple of wires, you reroute the blue one to the yellow one, you solder it together, you twist the little bits together, and then the screen will go off for a second, and then it'll boot back up, and it's in like safe mode where you have a little bit less access and a little bit more access to things.
You know what's interesting? I think, at least, what's interesting about that is that as you're doing this, there's a moment. There's a moment when you get a ping in your. I imagine you have like your goggles have like a computer in them. I imagine, right? You've got like a
Yes.
Like you've probably got like your little Clippy in there, right? And as you're like doing that, all of a sudden Clippy goes, "Whoop. Excuse me, you're about to set off the alarm. Would you like to do that?"
Oh, no, cancel, stop, cancel.
Okay. Whoop. And then Clippy goes down, and you're just like, ooh, and you just walk right around that little, like, there was a little, you saw it, there it was, and you just avoid setting off that alarm. There, but for fate. You, would have set it off. And this door slides open, and you all see 1,000 villains. No, you see 2 utility vehicles. It's a dark sort of cave. It's rock, and it's completely sort of empty in this space. You've got let's see. I would say, well, you've got like an entryway, and it's rough hewn, and there are these 2 utility vehicles, and that you can sort of get in and ride, and there's a sort of a utility elevator doors. You know those have you ever seen those kind of utility elevators where the elevator itself, it looks pretty much open, doesn't really have walls, it's just got that little sort of like gate that will like secure you in. Yeah, a little cage. It's like a cage. It's pretty big. It's big enough to sort of hold one of these utility vehicles, but you're just in like basically you're seeing an elevator shaft with a little elevator up there that will take you down deep into the darkness.
Whoa. Jester, nice work.
Oh, thank you. I almost tripped the wires and we were gonna be screwed, but nah, I worked it out.
Good to know. Very good to know.
Right. Could I roll a tactics check just to check
please.
In my mind's eye?
Ooh, yes, please.
If I had a place like this, if I had a big base and I wanted to kidnap a princess, where would be the safest place to put them?
Please roll tactics.
That is the best.
Difficulty 3. Okay.
Hey.
So here's the thing about that. You are, Baron, you have a good eye. You're very good with spatial reckoning. And you're thinking about, okay, here's the front, here's the back. What are we looking at? There's a there's an elevator shaft that's going down. All right. So as you're thinking, okay, this level here, where you're at is about the same level as the front doors, but you're probably a couple of 100 meters away from that, and there doesn't seem to be a way directly from here to there. So it looks like to you, looking at the walls, this is an old abandoned mining facility, which means this sort of elevator is going to take you down probably to a mine shaft. You've probably got a whole bunch of different you've probably got like a mining area down below. There's probably another elevator down there that'll take you back up to the first floor, which is definitely where they have got their landing bay. They probably also have got, thinking about how mines work, you probably got your processing plant is up there. You've probably got like defense systems, security, control rooms. So you probably got like a suite of different things, like the main base happening on this level. And the way to it is probably down through the old mining shaft. So the question that you would have to ask yourself is, are these pirates all hanging up on this level on the other side of this sort of set of rock? Or have they hidden their hostages down in the mine shaft? You would guess probably in the mine shaft. So down below is probably where they're hiding them. That would make a lot of sense. Looking at these utility vehicles, they look sort of old. They don't look like they've been used a lot. You might guess that this side of the mines are probably not used by them very frequently. But it's a big bay. There were 8 ships that you dealt with. Oh, it's 16, right? So 16 fighters. This says to you there's probably a lot of pirates down here. You don't know how many, but there are probably a lot, which means there are probably a bunch upstairs, and there are probably guards downstairs as well. So if you could find some way to set yourselves up for success, that might be helpful, because they're probably going to be on alert if they have somebody this important.
Ooh. Is there in this space? Oh, good.
No, you're good.
In this space, there are there's lots of things, so there must be some communication equipment around. Jester, do you think you can find any information, hack the comms?
Yes. I'm
Without
just
getting
gonna
us
start
caught?
running. Oh, well, I'll do my best.
I know you will.
Mm-hmm. You're going to have to go through the door, right? Because that's the one part that is sort of connected. The mine shaft itself is super old school. It doesn't seem like there's no Wi-Fi on it. Like, you actually have to press the button. It's weird. Hydraulics and all that. This sort of elevator. I know. It's very old school. You don't know what that's all about. But you could try connecting into this door, because there's a security system there, to see if you can sort of hack your way in.
Rosa is sorry. While this is happening, Rosa is just she's a lot more focused on what Baron's doing, what Edward's up to, because Edward has a lot more experience in these sort of things, and Rosa is she's a lot less experienced on her feet, all around, running around and doing this stuff. So she is definitely she is slightly more deferring to Edward on this than maybe she would in the air. So she's kind of keeping an eye on that and sticking close to Edward.
Vandal, can you touch those walls? I'm gonna touch these walls. I think we have to go through the other side for me to establish a proper communication. But I mean, if maybe we can find any secrets or any traps. I also really want to drive one of those utility vehicles. I think I would look really cool in one of them.
How would you like to support Jester, Vandal? I could recommend rapport. Could make them feel better. a little bit of a pep talk.
What if Vandal
can I put
helps?
empathy?
Good.
Yeah, empathy.
Empathy. So we just use a little empathy here, and we'll see if we use it or if we just get crushed.
Or do you just hurt my feelings?
Probably.
Oh no!
Vandal is highly unsupportive and does not support your goals here. They're completely just in their own head, apparently, and just like,
Vandal.
I don't think you'd look great in one of those utility vehicles. Sorry.
It's fine. I don't think you look great with Pookie anyways.
Without support,
I'm so sorry, I take it back.
Jester's going to have to try to hack into this communication system without support. Being a little shook, as a matter of fact.
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
I need you to roll technology. Yeah.
All right.
You're going to need a 4.
Oh, motivated. That just motivated them.
Can't tell me I don't look good at one of those utility vehicles.
That was just to
I'm
motivate
sorry.
you. I'm on Vandal.
I'm
I understand
sorry.
Vandal. I understand Vandal.
I'm sorry. I'm not certain I'm seeing correctly. Did you just roll legendary?
Uh-huh. I mean, yeah, just a
Interesting.
little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Casual. Yeah.
So let's talk about this legendary success that you have, which, by the way, is going to give you a free boost as well.
Yes.
That you just get to have because you
Free boost for
were
hacking.
legendary. Yes. You know, you have a free aspect that you can add. Would you like to, because 2 were donated, would you like to add an aspect to the security system?
Yes. And I'm trying to think of the proper terminology for what I want the aspect to be. So basically, in the simplest of terms, I want to inject a false, like in old school terms, you know, like when they have like the CCTV cameras and like you put like a little photo up on it, and like it's like you can't see what's happening in the alleyway, but I want the technology version of that, where it's sort of like a fake database and like they believe that everything is operational, meanwhile their entire systems are failing and nothing is working.
Okay.
Yes.
So yes. One of the 2 aspects that have been gifted. One is what we call it. We'll call it a spoof the system.
Yes, beautiful.
Yeah, we will call this spoof the system. That is currently true. You have set up a like a fake loop that is sort of like you hook in. And I know this. You hook into all of their visuals, right? So you get all of their cameras, and you start hooking up. False visuals so that you can start going through and they won't see you there. However, you may ask me 2 questions about looking at their security. You may ask me 2 questions that I will answer truthfully about what you might see from all their cameras and their security and whatnot. What would you like to know?
The most obvious is where is the princess located on these security cameras?
That is a great question, and I will answer that. As you are looking through, you notice a couple of things. You're searching. Okay, there are cameras down in the tunnels down below. There's a big mine shaft, sort of side shafts. Oh, wait, what is that? Oh, interesting. Interesting. There are 20 people tied up down below in the mine shafts, surrounded by explosives. That's cool. You also notice about 10 pirates with large machetes and laser pistols in 2 groups of 5 patrolling down below. They seem to be on heavy alert. They seem to be in a bit of crisis. Like there's a problem, seems to be what's going on right now. And they are scouring this lower level for something. If you follow upward, there's another elevator on the far end, and you can sort of trace that back up, and you can see this upper level. And in this upper level, by the way, there are a lot of explosives down below. Just gonna note it. There's like a lot of explosives, just in case you cared, and a bunch of hostages sort of tied up to these explosives. About 20 of them. They look to you to be like regular spacefarers. Do you know what I mean? Like there's like most of them just have like regular. It's like they're probably people that were sort of just captured, just regular sort of freighters, because mostly everyone on that one ship you had was dead. But as you trace the cameras back up to the top, you see also a lot of panic and upset up there. You've got a big landing bay, this big cavernous chamber with a number of, there's like a cargo shuttle, a bunch of old Gator starfighters, or a bunch of technicians who are kind of freaking out around things. You've got this, there's like a big ore processing plant, which has got like this ore smelter, a rock crusher, it's hot, it's turned on. So it's like molten excitement that you might want to destroy a Terminator with, right? Lots of machinery everywhere, more explosive charges, 5 hostages tied up in that room as well, big brightly lit corridor. There are more pirates up here as well. This is where that freight elevator that's on the other side will lead. There's a defense system, a control room, where you've got a bunch of people who are sort of working on manning those anti-spacecraft guns. They're waiting. They don't seem to be on super alert, however. Like, they seem to be nervous in general, but they're just on their guns, but they're not like, ooh, spaceships are coming, right? They're sort of hanging out, as it were. There's like a general control room. And in this general control room with huge banks of computers, massive racks of them, there is a man. Kaido.
Oh no.
Huge, massive, lots of tattoos, big, you know what I mean? Like, he's large, with this huge axe that he's carrying. And he's standing in this general control room and looking at the control room and checking things. He's checking everything. It seems to you this is probably where the message came out. And you notice a pirate on the floor, dead. Seems to have been shot with a laser pistol, perhaps. And there are, again, maybe another 10 pirates up here on patrol, on alert. And Kaido seems angry. He's livid about something. And as you're spoofing, you hear a laser blast.
Oh no.
If you search through all the cameras, you see a pirate get hit and go down. And then you see a flash, just a very brief flash, just run across the screen. A woman in a very, very, very fancy silver dress with a bit of a like a headdress is what she's wearing, like a little, like, looks like a starburst. And she's carrying a pair of heels in her hand, and she's got like a little laser pistol in the other, and she just has shot one of these pirates and like sped off into the darkness somewhere. That is your first question. What is your second?
I mean, honestly, you answered my second question through that description. Does anybody else have anything? Like, Jester's kind of panning through the security cameras. All of that information is relayed as, there's like looking like camera 45 as showed the control room, camera 43 shows Kaido with the big ass axe, camera 87 in the basement has like those 20 prisoners
There are
with the
about
explosives.
30 total. Like, there's 20 there. There's 5 upstairs tied to explosives. There's 5 in like one of these side chambers tied to explosives. There seem to be about 30 prisoners, and there seem to be a lot of explosives. You know that these things are probably going to be remote detonated. Yeah.
It's a classic pirate move. Classic pirate move. Remote detonation is honestly a lot of fun because when you hit the explosive and you're far enough away, and people aren't tied to them. It's really quite nice. Do we have any other questions that we could perhaps determine while we're scrolling through this security camera? Because I think we should probably hurry up and save the princess, because I think she just shot somebody.
Yeah, she
Maybe
might
the
be in the process of
stealthiest
saving
route to get
herself.
down there.
Pardon, Baron?
Strider was saying if no one else has any ideas, maybe the stealthiest route to get down there and not bump, right into the bulk of all the pirates.
Yeah. I mean, I might stop in the control room, but it's fine. I don't have any bones to pick. Yes, let's stealth. Stealth is the answer.
The question for Strider is, what is the best way to get there? I'm going to tell you the best way, and then Jester, I'm going to give you a bonus bit of information just for you.
Ooh, okay.
You can mess with this elevator, and you're pretty good with tech, like physical things as well. You're pretty sure you could work this elevator so that when you go down in that utility vehicle, there won't be noise, and that the pirates who are around, you can also kind of just wait until they're like on their patrol. You know that you can get the group down there. That's no problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Would you like some special information?
Yes, please.
Hey, guess what?
I'm afraid.
Yeah. They could blow this whole place sky high. Kill everyone.
Uh-huh.
And you know, Kaido. You know that you will not be able to deactivate the remote detonation remotely because it's got a really good firewall. You're going to have to actually go to the room where the detonators are if you want to disable them.
And would we say that is perhaps the control room?
We would say that. The room where Kaido is, your very best friend.
Oh, yeah, besties for life.
Yeah, that's where it is. What you've done for this team with the spoofing, you know that all of y'all could probably get those hostages that are down there out. I mean, you've got the pirates to deal with. That's a problem. The pirates down there. You might be able to maybe scramble a signal perhaps with some more tech so that maybe they wouldn't be able to report back, and you might be able to get all the people out the back way. There's a problem with actually getting them out because there are a lot of people and you'd have to sort of get a signal out. You don't have the space on your spacecraft to do it because it's really just for you, but you could get those people out. You could. The problem is the princess is somewhere up there and Kaido's in that control room with a huge axe, and probably only you could disable that before, well, they explode the whole base, taking everybody with you. I don't know if you tell them that, but...
So I don't think that Junkyard does that very specific information about the remote detonation and Kaido. That is all kind of left to the wayside, whereas the information that Baron was kind of looking for, like, yeah, we could head down, we can make it stealthy. If we wait for them to march around on their patrol, we would be pretty stealthy at it. But yeah, I don't mention anything about the remote detonator.
Yeah, you might have to... And there's a tunnel. You see it. It's a mining tunnel. It's completely pitch black. That would be one way to get up there besides the elevator if you wanted a two-pronged approach. But Junkyard, it's dangerous.
They will turn to their team. All right, I think I formulated a really good plan in my head. I know nobody ever likes to listen to my plans because it usually does involve a lot of explosives, but hear me out. This plan involves the reverse of the removal of explosives, the unexplosive. Are we following?
Pretty well. Yeah.
Okay. You three save the hostages. I have a way to stop the explosives. You know, it's a foolproof way. You've seen me succeed nonstop the whole way here. Nothing is gonna go wrong. Do you trust me?
You're gonna
No.
go on your own.
Yes.
No.
What? Baron,
You gotta
talk
stick
some
with the
sense into
team.
Rosa. You have your own job. This is something that I excel at. This is my opportunity to show everybody how great of an infamous engineer I am. I mean, I would love for all the pirates to remember my name and not just remember me as Junk. I'm Junkyard. Come on.
So you're pretty sure you're gonna be okay?
Positive. There's like a creepy little passage I think I saw on some of the schematics. These goggles kind of let me see in the dark. I mean, it's not perfect. Clippy is kind of a homie in that sense, and they help out. It works.
Rosa looks at Junkyard directly in the eye. Very, very, very. You could tell she's definitely thinking about Junkyard's plan, and just walks over and does a like kind of a very I think the compulsion here is Rosa wants to hug Jester, but that's not something Rosa really had, so she walks over like a hug, but very much like her mother, sticks the hand out, shakes Jester's hand. He's like, come back in one piece.
1 to 2 pieces, promise.
Let's save a princess.
And you head down this elevator into the dark. All 4 of you on this utility vehicle. And I don't know what you're all thinking at this moment, as silently this elevator descends down, down into the dark. And when it finally lands, you are in this long, dimly lit, very cramped corridor, this mine shaft, and it runs hundreds and hundreds of meters along the route. And you know from looking at the cameras, which Jester, they can see in their goggles. They've got their little HUD. There are numerous shafts, and there are pirates on patrol, and there are hostages, and there are explosives. And if you could get a distraction, Jester could make it to this small, cramped tunnel, this little mine shaft that's sort of like an air vent. If you could make that way for them, they could get up to that control room.
So, what is the best way to make that space? Because like Rosa's really good with guns, but that's not the most stealthy option. Does anyone have any better ideas than Rosa's blaster?
Well, blaster does make a distraction.
Yeah. Vandal's now just kind of being Vandal, getting all like weird, wanting to, getting all twitchy, bumping into stuff and going like, oh goodness, and it's kind of like Vandal doesn't want to be the distraction, but may just so happen to become the distraction if someone else doesn't do something else first.
I imagine, Jester, you head off to the left where you know this side passage is.
Mm-hmm.
Rest of the team, there's a main corridor with pirates and hostages and explosives. As Jester melts away, I'm going to have Jester roll stealth, but I'm going to wait for you all to create your advantages.
And so the pirates are visible to us right now. We can see them.
No, but you know they're down
No?
there. They
They're
can't
down,
see
okay.
you, and you can't see them. You know they're like 50 meters down there. Like you've got a bit of a space before they get there, before you get to them. You have a moment.
Okay.
they're freaking out. They're probably looking for the princess, to be honest, right? They're not quite certain where
Yeah.
she is. They don't know about you. You've spoofed cameras. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, give up stealth for a
Mhm.
distraction.
Mm.
Or
Mm.
yeah,
What
you got an idea? Go.
what if we let Pookie out?
Ooh. So
Mm.
we can have an aspect perfectly safe for dog.
Yes. Yes, you can.
Yes.
Yes, you
Yes, we
can.
have to keep the dog safe, of course. But
Okay.
then release Pookie.
I'm going
These
to
pirates
create
love
this new
dogs and they're easily
aspect.
distracted.
We've got spoofed the system is one of your aspects, which is true.
All dogs
It
go
is
to
now-
safety.
And we're going
Aw.
to add one more aspect, and that aspect, thank you, Rissa, is all dogs go to safety. What do you call it? You ever watch those old cartoons, old Warner Brother cartoons, where you've got the big factory with all the machinery that's like, right? And then there's the baby who's just like wandering along on the
Crawling
like,
under it, yeah.
it just dun 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 dun, and the baby's completely fine. It's like everything is like dangerous. We're gonna call it safe for puppies. Safe for Pookie is the other aspect you've created, and this is now true. Do you let Pookie go?
I don't want to, but I have to.
Ooh.
Can I get from you, Vandal? I think I'm gonna need empathy.
Oh, but it was so bad before.
Empathy or rapport as you talk to this puppy.
Okay, good.
Okay. This is going to be an advantage with one free invoke. Talk to Pookie. Pookie's looking at you.
It's like, all right, Pookie, we need your help, and your mama needs your help. So we need you to go in there and just do what you do best, which is to be so cute and cuddly and perfect and wonderful, and then just distract them so we can get through, so we can go get your mom, so you can get back to where you belong. Are you ready?
Yip, 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 yip. And Pookie just licks your face. And then Pookie hops over to Rosa and like puts his little paws on Rosa's like shin.
Oh. Pet.
Licks your hand. And then Pookie goes over
got
to
this.
Baron and like bumps your leg with his head.
You're smarter than most of the pilots I've worked with in the past.
Yep.
Godspeed.
And like just rubs up against your knee. And then Pookie sniffs and then goes bounding down that main shaft to where those armed, dangerous, and vicious pirates are waiting with explosives and murderous intent. Murderous intent. Junkyard, would you roll stealth?
I will try my best. And do I have a +2 for that
Yes, you do.
advantage that
For-
they
for
created?
Pookie.
Oh, good.
Yes, you do.
For Pookie.
Pookie gives you a +2.
Thank you,
Okay.
Pookie. I needed it.
Mm-hmm. So, what is that your total, or do you have a 2 now? Are you at a 2?
Oh, it's a 2 now.
Yes, you're at a 2.
It's
Would you like to spend a fate point?
yes, I will.
Because you need a
Oh,
3.
I had a feeling.
What is going to enable you to, as you make your way to this really cramped, very cramped sort of a mine shaft that you're gonna have to like elbow your way up, climb your way up? What is going to allow you to be stealthier? What aspect?
I think it is. Well, so I have this really funny relationship with Rosa where she's constantly cleaning up after me, and the precursor to that is that I often just live in like a pile of junk and filth, and I can navigate that very well. If I've fallen off of my bed into like a pile of wires and cables and sharp things, I could swim out of it pretty okay, despite the fact that I have the aspect Rosa cleans up after me. That is only created because, well, I make such a big mess and I am A-okay.
Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. And this is true about you. And with a 4 to your stealth, you clamber your way through this cluttered, cramped, dark tunnel. And as you are climbing your way up there, the rest of the gang, you're waiting, and then you hear, "Oi, what's that? What's that? It's a dog. What?" And you hear rumbling and rustling, and you hear, "Well, get it, get the dog, get it. No, you go." And you hear sounds of scuffling and maybe tripping, and you hear like, I don't know, machetes hitting rock, and they're like, "No, you come here, no. Get the dog." And you hear all of this sort of hullabaloo, a little bit of chaos, a little bit of wildness up ahead on this mine shaft as Junkyard is gone. So, what would you three like to do?
Well, we
You
have
can
a
hear the
distraction.
pirates. Mm-hmm.
We're close enough to the pirates that we can either go in and save them or avoid them entirely. But we do need to save the people down there, correct?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Rosa gets. So where are we at visually to them? We're kind of down a ways from them still.
There's like a long main tunnel, mine shaft, and they are down the tunnel like 20, 30 meters ahead of you. There's some side tunnels that are like basically were made for mining themselves. And Junkyard, they took one of those side tunnels off because they had seen through their cameras a way back up to the top, as opposed to the official way, which was like a big elevator way at the end. Yeah, but to get to the elevator, you've got to pass by a bunch of pirates and hostages.
Well,
some of which are currently running around trying to catch a dog.
Okay. Well, that's a good idea then. I think it's a really good idea to kind of reduce the number of pirates that are around. So Rosa has her gun clocked and just goes straight for the now that there's the distraction, does not miss a beat, using the distraction as quickly as possible, would like to get down and get as clear of a shot on someone as possible, or get at least a view.
Edward's gonna also be yelling words of encouragement towards Rosa.
Yes.
Just, "You're walking so loud. Get up against the wall. Push yourself up there. Become a shadow."
Roll rapport, Baron.
To
create advantage.
To make advantage, yeah.
Yes, please do.
Okay. I'm going to use one of my stunts that lets me, instead of rapport, I can use provoke.
Yeah, that is how you encourage people. That's true.
Yeah, feels right.
To be fair, that motivates Rosa a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Don't be stupid.
Yeah. This is with two free invokes, by the way. Rosa's encouraged. Could you give me a shoot to get your aim?
Yes. That is also a +2 on that already from the gunslinger stunt, which is +2 on attack made with a blast the first time I use an attack on a target.
This is not attack. This is your aiming. This is your aiming.
It's just the aiming.
+2.
Okay, so I don't. So not +2, just regular. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And what?
So do you want to roll a fate point for that one?
I'll do a fate point for that one, actually. Yes, please.
To reroll?
Yes, please.
And why can you reroll?
Because Rosa's so good. There we go. Rosa had the shot lined up, and there was just she noticed the hostages were not clear.
Yes.
So she took her second, centered herself, let Baron's encouragement create the fire in her eyes. So she cools the fire by closing her eyes, deep breath, lines up, takes the shot. Or lines up.
Not yet. Your line's up.
Not yet.
Vandal, what would you like to do to prep before you walk into this moment? We've got Baron giving words of encouragement. We've got Rosa aiming. What would you like to do to create an advantage before you walk into this moment as these pirates are chasing this dog, which they cannot catch because it's safe for Pookie?
Vandal
Also, it
wants...
looks like we have 20. Go ahead. It looks like we have a boon. It looks like it to me from the retweet. I'm just going to note it.
Nice. Vandal's going to also try to become a shadow and sneak along the wall. She's just really nervous about Pookie, so she wants to like get as close as possible. I guess she'd be on the opposite side, away from Rosa, so that if they notice
Would you like
her,
you can use stealth or tactics if you like to create an advantage.
Ooh, let's do tactics.
Either one. Tactics to sort of place yourself really well, right, so that you can be in a good position. Or stealth. Fair. You need one more.
No fate point. That's it.
All right.
You tried.
You all set yourself up. Vandals snuck to the other side of these pirates. Baron has offered words of encouragement. Rosa, music box, has lined up the shot. There are hostages in the way. There are explosives everywhere. The pirates have got communications devices. All they need to do is say one word and everything will explode. Jester. You crawl. It's a long way. And you make your way out of this tunnel. And you're in a small area. And you know exactly where the control room is. You can see right on your goggles the path to take. And you wait until pirates pass. You go. You pause. Take a moment to the side, because your stealth was good, as you pause a little bit. You go a little bit further, and you come face to face with a pirate who doesn't notice you because they hear on the radio, there's a dog down here. And the pirate was just about to look at you, but hears this thing on the radio and turns to the side because they're hearing about this dog as you slip right to the control room door. And you know what's on the other side of that door.
One way or another, I have to face him.
You open the door?
Carefully,
And you slip
nervously.
in.
Hands are so clammy.
And there, standing 7'2", is Kaido. Massive muscles. Huge scar, tattoos, hairs, wild, massive axe. Finger on the detonator. And Kaido sees you.
Hi. Hey. Long time no talk. Good weather we're having.
I can't believe you made it here. You are full of too much boldness. And the massive Kaido.
Oh no.
You're not gonna take the princess from me. You took too much from me already. And now you're gonna die. Kaido's going to swing his giant axe at you.
Mm-hmm.
Detonator in one hand, giant axe in the other.
That belongs to my gun.
Kaido rolls a 7.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
You need to roll athletics to dodge.
I'll have you know I sit in front of a computer most days.
Yeah.
Terrible.
That's a 9.
Oh my gosh.
So let's talk about what this means.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
9 shifts that you have to take. How much stress do you currently have?
3.
3. So that's 6 left that you have to take. You're going to take a severe consequence. Because that
Okay.
severe consequence is worth 6. As this axe buries right into your side, and you can feel blood rushing as this axe bites into you, and Kaido laughs. You know, I am the leader of the Straw Hats and the most dangerous pirate, and no one can defeat me. Your mission here, whatever it was, is a failure. There's no way you can escape. The princess is mine. And you, Junkyard, well, you won't survive this encounter. You owe me too much.
Offering.
What would you like to do?
Cough out some blood, as is traditional in one of these scenes.
Mhm.
And with the most...
I'm going to note that Other Doc just donated $20 to clear that consequence. So you're going to have to tell me how this consequence does not bother you. You have this gash. There's blood. You're weakening. Your resolve is failing. But no.
What you didn't know, Kaido, was that you just hit mostly nuts and bolts on my side, and that's what stabbed me, not your weapon. And I just want to, like, tumble away. It's a little pathetic, but...
And what seemed like blood was a lot of, like, oil.
Oil? Yes.
Oil and,
So
like,
much oil.
fluid, right? Like, right? And there's some blood in there as you get caught, but yes, you have a lot of junk.
And I did bite my tongue, and that was where the blood from my mouth came from, you know? It really
What
hurt.
do you do? Kaido's got the detonator. And you know what? Probably everybody down below will die, but you'll probably find up here. What do you do?
I can't handle
It's
that.
your moment of truth.
What would it take to, you know, as I said, I have like odd like sheet metal just inside of my coat. I've got some nails. What if I just wanted to take a piece of sheet metal and cut away at his Achilles tendons to make him drop to the ground, therefore being able to reach that detonator a little bit more easily?
That will be fight.
I can do this. I can do this.
But it
Justin
sounds
has
to me
some
like
fight
you're
left in
trying
them.
to create an advantage rather than actually do a full-on attack.
Kind of, yeah.
Please. That means that, roll.
Okay.
This will be a moment of truth for you. As you whip out this sharp sheet metal. That's not enough.
No,
Would you
it's not.
like to succeed at a major cost?
Yeah.
All right. Tell me how you cut off his Achilles tendon.
Jester flopped to the ground after the initial impact of the axe, and with the rage and the reinvigoration of the fact that, like, oh no, you just hit that jar of oil that I happen to have there for, you know, reasons. They're kind of like flopped on the ground, and they reach into their coat pocket, and they just pull out this like hand-sized piece of sheet metal, and while they're prone, they slash at Kaido's ankle or Kaido's Achilles tendon, hopefully hurting it
And
in a
Kaido
way that
drops to the ground in pain. Ah! The detonator's right there. What do?
I grab it, and I want to take it apart.
Here's your major cost.
Uh-huh.
You grab it.
Uh-huh.
Tell me how you take it apart exactly. Quickly, because Kaido is working his way to get back up, pulling himself to a height on the axe. You know that Kaido is going to swing again. You have very little time.
I rip it apart. These kind of detonators for this type of explosives, the detonators themselves don't need to be crafted with, excellence. It's really just one button that's kind of electronically connected. So if you can pull that apart and there's just like one little wire that you have to disconnect in order to interfere with the online connection, you're golden.
That's true.
Uh-huh. But?
And you do it. And there's Kaido, now on a knee, swinging his axe at you. And you can see the glint of this blade as it cuts through the air right towards you. I'm going to make his fight roll right now, but I have something else to tell you.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
epic.
yeah.
It's a 7.
Okay.
Can you survive this? Can you get out of the way? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know if you see your life before you. But you do see something else.
Uh-huh.
You see a ring on Kaido's belt. Small, electronic. It's like a key fob. And when you dismantled that detonator, the key fob flashed twice, and then a second 2 times. You have the time, if you wanted to grab that button off of his belt before the axe hits you.
I like to imagine Jester's life is flashing before their eyes, and after kind of like that tunnel vision and there's that bright light resolves into the blinking key fob, and their brain kind of focuses for a second and they're like, oh, that's a new piece of technology. And with their last moments, they're going to reach out and pluck that key fob.
Do you press it?
Oh, of course. Button press.
Major consequence, my friend. This is it. The axe comes. The axe slices through the air, and you see it, the blade right here towards your eyes, and you press that button, and you hear, in your technology, your goggles, you hear, "Oh, welcome back. It's good to see you. Of course, your request has been taken." And as the axe comes, it touches your eyelash as you dematerialize. And you fade from reality. And you wake up, or you rematerialize in a white room. No windows, no doors, completely white, no angles. Seems like a sphere, perhaps. There is one lone figure that is sitting cross-legged, but hovering above the ground. You have your back to the figure. The figure turns. This is not a human. This is an alien. There has never been an alien seen anywhere in this system. And you are face to face with an alien, pale green, large insectoid eyes. And the figure has a very thin mouth. And the figure says, but the mouth does not move. You can hear it only in your technology. "Well, you are not who we were expecting." And somewhere in the mines, there are gunshots. But that's where we're going to break. Everyone, we have break.
Jester
Oh
faints.
my gosh.
Faints
And
right
Jester
over.
faints.
Oh my gosh.
But I'll tell you what, there's some pretty Welcome back, everyone, to the last half of our three-parter Tachyon Squadron, the Pirates of Kepler Valley. Hi, everyone. I don't know if you've noticed, but somebody's not here with us right now. B. Zelda is not here. Jester is not here. Let's hope that they're safe. Who's not safe right now is, I suspect, a bunch of pirates. We have people ready. You've got a bunch of hostages. You've got a number of boosts and advantages. And Rosa's taking her shot. She's not going to throw away her shot. She's not going to throw away her shot. Would you like to spend a fate point for fully automatic fire to try to hit as many of them as you can?
Ooh. Yes, actually, yes. I will go down to one last fate point for this.
One last fate point.
Yeah. So interestingly, if I am taking a shot, I gain +2 for any attack made with a blaster the first time I attack a target in combat. That's an individual target. So would that be +2 to every single hit?
No, plus because they're
On
counting
individual
as a cluster. They're counting as
Cluster,
a cluster
okay,
because
cool.
you're as a group.
Good. I like that. That's way
it's gonna-
easier mathematically.
Yes, it's way easier mathematically. And I'm ready for this. Roll your
Okay.
shoot. You get a
That's an automatic
+3.
+2. +3.
Yep,
Okay.
because of your gun. And we're going to find
Right,
out what
here we
this looks
go.
like. There are 10 pirates here freaking out.
Rosa takes a second, and before she pulls the trigger, she thinks, Jester, I hope you did this. I hope you got this. Whew, let's go.
That's a 6.
6.
Before, what kind of a roll was that? Was that a good roll? Was it a bad roll? Middling, all right. I'm going to roll their defense,
Oof.
and then we're going to have a conversation. Shall we?
Okay. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. I roll a mediocre. I'm going to spend a fate point to make that a 2.
Dang.
Yeah, because I have fate points, and I'm going to spend mine. So they get a 2 using their
If they're
aspect.
getting a 2,
See, I think
I'm
you're
gonna
tough.
I'm gonna say Rosa might want to invoke an extra 2 from those encouraging words earlier.
You can
Sorry to
invoke
interrupt.
another. You can get that +4 from your encouraging words from Baron.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll
If you would
gladly
like
take
them.
that.
Bringing
Yeah,
you to a
that sounds
10
great.
versus their 8.
Ooh.
You also have that another one from your aiming, which would give you a 12 versus their 2.
Oh, that
Should be
sounds like-
a
that's the
fate
kind of
point's a
math I like.
+2.
+2.
If you
+2.
would, yeah. If you would like that, would you? That would
You
bring
know what?
you to a.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that sounds
that
really
brings you to
good.
A 12 versus their 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I have one thing to tell you.
Absolutely, I'm right here.
Jester got a boost from the tech that you can also have if you like. The Ghost of Jester to bring you up to a 14.
We don't know that.
if you
We don't
want.
know that. We don't know that. Okay, sorry.
There's no ghost
Jester's
yet.
fine. Jester's gonna be fine. I will absolutely use all that my wonderful team has given me to blow these pirates right out of the sky.
That
I
will be
guess
a 14 versus their 2.
Okay, seems pretty.
Would you
effective.
like to keep it at that?
Yeah, I can't think of another way to. I can't think of another way to boost this, so I'm gonna say this is probably a good stopping point for the shots.
Sadly for me, I only have. Well, you know what? There are hostages in the way, and I will spend one fate point to get myself up to a 4 to your 14. Right? You're at a 14, yes? Is that right? Am I right?
Correct.
Yeah?
Correct.
10. Yes, you're at a 14 versus my 4, so you're going to beat them by 10. I would like you to describe for me, if you don't mind, how, by the way, I only have 2 fate points left, how Rosa takes out 5 of the 10 pirates.
It's pretty, honestly, if for those of you who don't know what Rosa does in her off time, Rosa puts in a lot of shooting at the range. Not only that, she does tactical exercises constantly, knowing where to shoot, where not to shoot, specific points of damage, things non-lethal and lethal. So in this instance, Rosa's just relying on every single thing she's learned, aside also with her teammate, and this is the like ultimate trust, the ultimate like just Junkyard, the Jester. Like this is I trust Jester. So Rosa, using the fire, just shoots off several blasts. Like it's just like it almost sounded like one blast, but 5 just gone. Yeah, just directly at them, completely clean shots on every single target. It started startlingly clean would be my explanation.
And as you, excuse me for one moment, I feel like what I need is maybe something like this. No, something like this. No, I want the controlled chaos. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have some controlled chaos. You both watch as Rosa just 5 shots, pew, 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 and like one at a time just takes down 5 pirates just like that. There are 5 pirates left who are trying to figure out where this came from. Rosa, who would you like to pass it to? You can pass your turn to Vandal if you wanted, or Baron if you wanted, or the pirates if you wanted. If that's what you wanted, you could do that.
So Rosa takes the shots, and when she does look up, she looks over at Edward Baron and says, "Do try to keep up."
Baron, it is your go. There are 5 pirates with guns and also machetes, because that's kind of how they are. They are a little bit that way. And there are a bunch of hostages tied up and also explosives.
Tremendous. Edward's giggling to himself. Rosa, you're going to make me look bad. He's gonna slowly make his way towards hostages, but his first priority, more than actually getting over there, making sure they're safe, is to taunt the hell out of these pirates. So he's going to yell out from behind cover, just out into the room at large.
I feel like that's
all right,
that's
bitches, throw down your weapons. Tachyon and Tachyon Squadrons are here.
That seems like a provoke attack. Please roll your provoke. Please do.
Be happy to.
I would like a provoke from you.
I got a 5.
Ooh, okay, all right. If you don't mind, I'm going to roll their will. They are pirates, and you know how that is for them with their great will, which I'm sure is very, very high. Let's see what we get. Okay. Okay, that's a -1. Let's see. You beat them by 6. I'm going to ask if you would like to do anything about that before we resolve how this goes.
Oh, let me see.
If
Did
you would
I
like to-
use up did the fate points I use, personal fate points I used last time, refresh, or is not enough
Refresh.
time
Yes,
gone by?
you have 3. Yes.
Awesome.
At the beginning of every session. I don't know if you want to know what's going to happen, but I'm very excited. Because right now you're beating them by 6.
I'm going to use one anyway.
Yes, they're discipline roll.
Rosa will never survive on her own. She's out there and they know she's here now. They need to throw down their weapons. Rosa needs to be protected because now she's the big target.
Okay. You're beating them by 8. I'm going to have to spend one of my fate points because I have to spend it to get them at a 1. So you're only beating them by 6. And it's because they're tough. So I would like you to tell me how you take out 4 of these pirates by beating them. Like you're beating them by 8, right? You're beating by 8. Is that right? Yes. Yes. No, beating by 6.
There's some math
3.
in there.
You take out 3 of the pirates. How do you demoralize these pirates so badly that they give up?
There's shots reverberating around the, sound of a laser firearm. Things are chaotic. There's lots of shots being fired, and all they see are their friends and maybe pirate lovers falling to the cavern floor all around them. And then they are being shouted at to give up or die. I don't know if giving up's actually going to help their, likelihood of surviving. The big one up front, closest to Rosa, throws his gun down, throws hands up. And a couple more behind him are like, well, that guy's throwing his weapons down.
And 3 of them drop their weapons and sort of get down to their knees and put their hands up as Pookie runs around and knocks one on the thigh, runs back around. Baron, who would you like to pass your turn to? You can, if you like, pass it to Vandal, or there are 2 pirates who still have murderous intent in their eyes, and you could pass it to them if you wanted.
I'm going to pass it to Vandal because Tachyon Squadron might not be the most handsomest squadron, but we are the scrappiest, and we got to make a statement on turn 1 here.
Vandal, unfortunately, they for some reason, you don't want the pirates to shoot at you now, but what would you like to do? There are 2 pirates who are currently up with guns and also machete. Laser pistol in one hand, machete in the other. A little bit shocked that their friends have just given up and thrown down their weapons. They don't like that. They're going to show what it's like to be a real dangerous pirate. They're ready for this.
Well. Ooh. It turns out that Vandal is a real bad shot, not only in the ship, but also on the ground. So
how's your fighting?
Vandal's fighting is pretty good though. So Vandal's just gonna go. It's my hand-to-hand combat.
Mm-hmm.
With the nearest
That's fight.
pirate. There's no point in sneaking. We've already been caught, and we're just gonna harness our clumsy energy. We're just gonna go for it.
Please roll, and let me know if you beat them by 4. That's the important point that I need to know. That's what I need to know. That is the important part. So that's a 3. They're going to go and try to dodge you, these 2 pirates. And they're going to dodge really well because I roll really well with pirates, super well. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Okay. 4 to your 3. You beat them by 1. Do you want to fate point it?
But I have to beat them by 4, right?
Well, you want to beat them by at least 2.
Yeah, let's do the fate point.
4 is better.
Yes.
Your personal fate point? How come?
My personal fate point. Because we're harnessing the power of clumsiness.
That's fair. So I would like you to tell me how you take out one of these last 2 pirates through the power of clumsiness. And what happens
So
to that pirate?
she's like really running at him, right? Like she's gonna like tackle this guy, but as per usual, doesn't pick up her feet enough. As per
Oh
usual.
no!
And then Pookie runs out right in front of her, and she trips over Pook. and she's got her laser pistol in her hand, but she's not gonna use it because she sucks. But as she's going down, she just basically just pistol whips the guy in the face and falls on the ground. But then he also goes down with her. And she's like scrambling around, like, yes, I did something.
So, who would you like to pass it to? You can pass it to the one pirate or the one pirate. Which one would you like to pass it to?
I guess I'd like to pass it to the one pirate.
Okay, cool. So the one pirate is going to take his blaster pistol. And this one pirate has got like a pink mohawk and is also wearing a leather jacket with no sleeves. And also like a little bandana around the forearm, looking very sort of Mad Max or Escape from New York, kind of 80s retro future dangerous pirate. Also holes in the jeans, just in the boots. Is going to go and shoot at Rosa because Rosa killed a whole bunch of people. And it's going to be like, it's going to say, I'm the most dangerous pirate this side of the mine shaft. Taste my laser blast, webhead. So this is like a lot of really dangerous one-liners that are totally going to intimidate you. A 5. Can you roll your athletics to not be, murderized? Just a little bit of athletics.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at that. Athletics, yes, let's do it.
Okay, I got you by 3. I'm going to spend my last fate point to increase that, so I get you by 5.
Whew.
So, what would you like to do about that? You have to take 5, or you can spend a fate point to reduce it to 3, but it's up to you.
I do not have any more fate points.
There's one group fate point. I'm just noting it.
What are we feeling, Tachyon Squadron? Want to save that for a more... I don't know if this is the worst scenario, but do you want to save it for a worse scenario, or do you want to go with it? Start strong.
Let's go into the worst scenario at full health and not have a dead Rosa on our hands.
Sounds good. I will use the
Okay.
fate points.
Why? What is the aspect?
The aspect.
You could have Pookie distraction be the aspect, if you like.
I think... Ooh, okay. I kind of like the idea if I can find a way to use a trust Vandal with my life, because I still stand by that.
Yes.
I do. Rosa
Yes.
really trusts Vandal,
Yes.
and I think my guess was Rosa would notice Vandal's eyes on a particular weak point or something, and sense that and be able to use that.
Please take 3 stress and fill up your entire stress bar.
Yes, Trooper.
The one live pirate is going to pass it. It's a new round. Is going to pass it to himself, so he gets to have 2
fair.
turns in a row. Yeah, and he's going to go and say on his little walkie-talkie, "Boss, Kaido, we got intruders. Blow up the explosives." And he's going to take another shot at Edward this time, who was the next person who took out his people the most, which, he didn't like, as he calls for the explosives to rain down on you all. Can you give me an athletics, Baron? As laser blast.
I certainly don't want to, but I will.
Spark through the air. A hail of gunfire.
I got 1.
Take 2 stress.
All right. Fair enough.
And the pirate's going to pass it to Vandal.
Whew.
And so this
Vandal-
pirate is just like shot off, like right, a bunch of shots, and is like called in, and you know the explosives are going to happen. There's going to be, everyone is going to die in 3, 2. What do you do?
Panic. There's not much else to do. And then Vandal just kind of like crawls over to the pirate that's shooting and just tries to like knock him down.
roll your fight.
Come on.
Okay. Ooh. I beat you by 1. And unless you spend some fate points, this pirate is going to sort of like back out of the way as you like try to knock the pirate down. Who do you pass it to as the pirate backs up?
We will pass it to Rosa.
And the pirate backing up, calling in the call to explode all of this down below, kill all the hostages, kill you all as well, aims his pistol at you, Vandal.
Rosa
About
takes a
ready
nice shot.
to what? Oh no! Why don't you roll roll that shoot? Roll the shoot. This
is a group target, so this doesn't get the +2 from the first Tom. Okay, perfect.
Yep.
And there's no other additions to it. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Oh my gosh! Why?
No.
Why?
This pirate sees in Vandal's eyes that something is happening behind him, and he turns at the last minute and dodges out of the way, getting a boost. Who would you like to pass it to? Only Baron is left.
Baron.
Mm-hmm.
You hear Rosa say,
Baron.
"Shit."
This pirate is looking a little cornered, is looking a little deadly, and is ready for some murder. And is also ready for the big explosion to happen because, you know, at any moment, Kaido's going to go and hit the detonator and everyone's going to go. Everyone's going to die real soon, like just real soon. Just any moment now.
Edward's gonna stand up and take out his pistol. It's not for shooting, it's for show. It's for intimidation factor.
Yeah.
He walks around his cover, sees the 3 of them, you know, scrambling about and scrapping with each other. You know, by the way I see it, you don't have that many choices to make here. We already took out your boss. All of your one-liners are from comic books I've already read. It's your choice. Give up or die. And he points his gun over there.
Roll that provoke.
What the heck?
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm going to roll my discipline. I'm going to see what we can do. We can see what we can do here. I will use the boost that I got from that tide. And he goes, no dice. And he looks at his friends, the 3 pirates who are on the ground, just like, not us, right? Like, not us. We're not. And he goes, I'm not a yellow-bellied, liver-livered, lily-livered, yellow lily. I'm not. You can't stop me. I'm. And
I also need to protect Vandal because Vandal's my muscle.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll spend a fate point too.
Really?
Edward shrugs, waddles over. All right then, you 2 move. Give me a clear shot. Levels.
Ooh,
Okay.
top of the round. Would you like to take that second shot? Call on yourself.
Well, I was going to try to use a fate point on my last provoke to
yes,
see
please.
if that would
Yeah,
overpower
do
him.
it. Mm-hmm.
Or I could re-roll it. I don't know. However this works.
You could re-roll. You could re-roll. Either one. Either one. Whichever is, but yeah, either one. You just need. He's at a 3. You want a 5 total.
5. I'll use it to reroll. Well, if that's the case, I'm not going to use a fate point. I don't want to be greedy, but Edward does, so I'll pop it back to myself. Yeah, he'll step up and.
Top of the new round. Who do you pass it to? You can pass it to anyone, including yourself, or the pirate. I mean, if you wanted.
Yeah, I'll pop it to myself.
Nobody wants to give it to the pirate. So rude. Please, what do you do? As the pirate's like, I'm not giving up. You can't take me alive. And his friends are like, come on, just stop it. Let's just, let go. They're going to kill us. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. You can't stop me.
Fine.
Baron.
No one's going to remember your name. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, just thinking to myself. At least we're never gonna... Dude.
My name's Irving. Irving the Nose.
In that one, dude. Come on. You've
My name's
nosed your
Irving the
last
Nose.
comic book friend. And to think that that's what you're gonna go out on. All right.
Ooh.
You saved the best material for last.
And he goes, wait, what do you mean the best material for last? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
No more one-liners. You're going to die. No more comic books.
No. Well, I mean, I don't have to die, right? I mean, I wouldn't have to die, right?
You're probably gonna die.
You're still holding that gun. I think you're gonna die.
Oh, if I drop the gun, then maybe we could. Can I take back the giving up part? Could I just do that now? Is it past? Are we past the giving up part? Just drop.
All right, but you have to start reading DC instead of Marvel.
Oh, yeah, sure. All right, yeah. Well, just pick up the Swamp Thing. Just gets down. And the 4 pirates are. There are 6 dead pirates. 5 dead pirates, 1 unconscious pirate, and 4 pirates who have given up. And 25 hostages with a bunch of explosives. And probably right about now is when the explosion's going to happen. Right? Like when the call is going to happen and you will all die. You can hear it ticking. And then nothing. The explosives don't go off at all.
Jester.
And then Pookie jumps up and finds Vandal.
Pookie.
All right, I don't like all these pirates sitting around. Rosa, have fun. Do something with them.
And they're like, wait, we.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's all right. Tying up's okay. That's okay. It's not killing.
Eject them into space, whatever you want.
No.
Try not to make a
Rosa
mess.
goes to there are the hostages still around, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Rosa starts to untie some of the hostages and informs the hostages to tie up the pirates. Give some of the hostages weapons or whatever they need to defend themselves. Yep. We're doing this.
Yep.
Recycling, clever.
So the hostages are like, the wife was like, ooh, there's this one woman. She's got like a pink bouffant sort of hairdo that's quite sculptural. She's like, ooh, all right. And she just starts tying up the pirates that are still alive. And like they take the pistol and machete and they're like, who are you?
We're Tachyon Squadron.
Oh. And like they get themselves ready, and before you is the elevator that will take you up to the control room. and you hear gunfire.
Rosa makes a beeline for the elevator.
Do people know how to get out? Go that way.
And they're like, we don't have ships. How are we supposed to leave? Also, there's explosives here, and I don't, can we just follow you? Are you, wait, no, you're going to fighting, right?
We're going towards the gunshot, so I'm not sure if you want to be there.
No. How about if we stay here, and when you're done, you can just come and get us and take us back to safety?
How about you
Genius
go
ideas.
out and wait by our ships? Do that. You probably don't want to be here with the explosives still, right?
Oh, all right. All right then. We'll just go out into the snow by ourselves.
You can
At
stay
least the mouth of the
inside.
cave.
Stay inside. Yeah, stay inside
Okay.
the cave, but further
Alright.
away from the explosives.
Yes, all right. We'll do that then. And they sort of like, do you mind if we just? Do you mind if I mean, we can't have it with 25 people, but do you mind if I take this utility vehicle? I just don't mind just driving it myself. Is all right?
Hurry up.
Thank
It's
you.
about to get extremely heroic and expensive in here.
Well, all right. And she gets in, and like she gets like 3 people with her, and that this group of 25 hostages move their way out back the way you came, and you are facing an elevator.
Getting into the
Rosa
elevator,
is,
right?
yeah. Rosa looks down at the buttons for a second, and just she's not being stopped from pressing the button, and there's no one pressing the button for her. So Rosa just is like, Jester's fine, just presses the button to either open or start the elevator.
And slowly the elevator makes its way up the shaft. And at the top of the elevator, you can hear a yell, a shot, a shout, a Wilhelm scream. And finally you make it to the top. There's a long corridor. And there are a couple of pirates on the ground, dead, shot. You can hear shots in the corner, out, down there. And then you hear, well. And you hear, ah! And that one's, that one's done. And then you hear, all right. Now you gotta deal with me, princess. You might as well give up right now. Your reign of carnage is at an end. For I am Kaido, the most dangerous pirate in all of the Draconis system.
Ooh.
And that is what you hear as you make your way up to the top. It's coming from down the hallway to the right.
Rosa looks over at her team and just like, yeah, that's where we're going. Get ready. Let's do this.
You rush down there?
So we only hear we can only clearly hear one voice. Aside from the princesses. Rosa rounds the corner, gun fully, just straight up pointed, just said,
Yep.
Hey!
And you see, you see the control room. And off to your left, you see a cargo shuttle, a bunch of ships, right? But you see this control room, and you see a princess really looking like Dale Arden in that opening section of Flash Gordon, right? Yeah, when she does like the cartwheel through all the laser blasts. That's what you got here. You're getting some Dale Arden vibes, realness. And you see this man, Kaido, giant, muscly, huge. You imagine a huge booming voice. And you also see on the ground behind Kaido what looks like a mix of blood and motor oil. And one of Jester's bits of scrap metal, some bits of Jester's junk. You don't know if Jester's body is in there, but it looks like Jester must have been injured terribly. Maybe?
Rosa's hands are visibly shaking. She has to kind of steady herself and calm herself down. But that doesn't usually work with Rosa. Rosa takes a shot at the dude's head.
Roll
Rosa gonna
shoot.
do a bar fight over far less.
Yes,
so this is gonna be
true.
the first time attacking target, +2 on that one.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, that was a terrible roll. I don't have any more fate
You don't
points
have any
because
fate
we have not
points,
made a new
yeah.
scene.
Ooh.
I'm out. We haven't gotten to a new scene yet, so I don't get new ones. You beat him by 5. Well, actually 6, because you've got a bonus to your gun. Let me just note. That's all of his stress is down. And he takes a shot right in the shoulder. And he looks at you as he's got a consequence bleeding from the shoulder, by the way, which you can use for a free boost. And he looks at you with anger in his eyes. Who would you like to pass it to? You have got the princess, you've got Baron, you've got Vandal, and you've got Kaido.
You know what? Kind of interested in what the princess can do with this now that we're distracted. So Rosa fire, like, I mean, I'm not kidding, like, just fire in Rosa's eyes. Rosa doesn't care about this big dude, not at all. This guy's gonna be done. Fire and ice. Rosa looks over directly at the princess, makes eye contact with the princess, and that is how the princess knows it's time to move. I've seen Rosa saw enough that you know that the princess is capable. So
the princess gives you a wink and a nod, and she fires this sort of heavy blaster that she's gotten. And she, let's see how that goes. Princess. Oh, I got a 6. Fantastic. And his athletics is actually, sorry, I have to re-roll his athletics. She pings him. It's just like another shot. Just one little ping. And he gets shot in the other shoulder and drops his big axe.
ooh.
She is going to pass it to Vandal.
Vandal. Queen of fisticuffs. Goes in to try to grab that now shot shoulder.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Give me your fight. Give me your fight. Absolutely. Absolutely.
She's noticed the mess of Junk's detritus on the floor and is like, where is Junk? What have you done?
Junkyard was here. I roll a 6. Fantastic. However, I will note that he has got 2 injured shoulders, and each injured shoulder has a free invoke, so you can get a +4 if you like.
Yes.
As you dig into his shoulders, he cries out in pain. And in, like, you can see that he is distracted and weakened from blood loss. He's, like, on the edge. Who would you like to pass it to?
Passing it to the Baron.
Baron. Are you sure? Because you could give it to him if you wanted to. The pirate?
No.
No? Fine. Baron, this beefy fellow is on the edge, bleeding, demoralized, distracted, confused. What would you like to do?
He's going to do what he always does. He's going to provoke at this guy. All right, there's one last pirate left in the whole place. What's it gonna be, Tiny? You can either die, Or you can survive and maybe still make the Lollipop Guild tryouts next week. Your choice.
Roll your provoke. He has no stress and no consequences left. You need to
4.
beat his will, which is not super great because, okay. He looks at you and he goes, "Tiny? Nobody calls me tiny." And he gets up, full of rage and wrath, and he steps towards you menacingly, full of like danger. This may be it. This may be the moment that your ticket is up. Probably he will murder you at this moment with all of his rage and fury, even though he's bleeding. And as he steps towards you, step by step, inch by inch, you see it. He doesn't see it. It's a bunch of Jester's nuts and bolts on the ground. And as he steps towards you to make a swing, his foot slips right out from under him, and he smacks his head right on the back of the ground, and he's out cold. And the princess looks at you all and says, "Well, aren't you a little short to be stormtroopers?" Thank you, by the way, for saving me. Also, Raya?
Yeah,
What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question. What are you doing here?
I was kidnapped.
Why? How'd you get here? What is this whole situation? Wait, wait, hang on. And like Ray like runs back to a doorway, starts kind of clapping and saying, "Come here, come here."
And Pookie comes running. And Pookie looks around the door. And the princess sees Pookie and goes, "Come here." And Pookie runs, jumps into the princess's arms, and she just gives Pookie the biggest hug. And she goes, "Oh, if you have Pookie, then you know who I am."
Yeah,
but
we came here for you.
it's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Your secret's safe with us. We just need to get out of here. Quickly.
There are hostages downstairs, down below.
We freed them. We just need a way to get them out. The hostages
And she
currently
looks
are
around.
pirates, and the hostages are on our side.
Oh, and she points this cargo. Maybe someone could pilot. What are your names? She says to Rosa and Edward.
My name's Rosa. Rosa Estrella.
Rosa Estrella. And you?
Edward, the Baron. It's
Edward.
a call sign thing. If you say it, people will know who I am.
And she waits for a moment. She pauses. "Oh, no, I do know you. You work with... Oh. You're not going to say anything, are you?"
Not if you hurry.
"You should be aware that she's dangerous."
Well, she should be aware that so am I.
"You know, she's working with my father."
Oh. Let's get out of here, first and foremost.
Yeah. And she makes a gesture to allow Rosa to go first.
Rosa looks at her and kind of like does a nice little gentle nod, flips up her hair, and progresses. Just goes first.
And then the princess follows after Rosa, leaving Raya and Edward in this room where Jester once was, but is not here now.
Mhm. Is there anywhere that Jester could be?
It's a good question. You can maybe use your comms.
Jester in the box. Time to pop out. Where are you?
Jester?
No response.
Hmm. Can we open the thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And you can get all of the hostages and the princess onto this transport. You can make your way back to your ships if you like. And the princess, she says, I can fly the transport. I'm not the best pilot, but I'm not the worst.
Well, if you're as even half as good as a pilot as you are a shot, then I think we have a shot.
Estrella, your mother's the war hero, isn't she?
Rosa takes a second. Correct.
Huh. I heard stories about her.
Princess. I've heard stories about your family too.
You can just call me Arden. That's all. I don't, you know.
Arden. I like that name.
Thanks. Excuse me for 1 second. And she comes up to Raya. Raya.
Yes.
Who's your friend?
Didn't you just...
It's Rosa, but I know, but I mean, you know, what's she like? Okay, you should go ask her what she thinks about me. And then we'll just go ask her. Ask her what she thinks about me.
But you just met.
I know, but it was a very intense moment.
Was it?
Okay. Ask her to dinner. Okay, here's what you do. Say that you want to offer.
Hey, can we get off the planet first, though? Can we just go? Can we go? We can deal with this
Fine.
later. What are you doing?
Yes, but at dinner, just tell her. Just invite me to dinner.
Okay. Of course, we'll figure it out. But we gotta go. You got these people that we don't know who they are in the hospital. We gotta go. There's other stuff. Come on.
Okay.
End the game. End the game.
Right. I'll be in the transport. Okay. Just dinner.
Rosa
princess
turns to
gets on the cargo ship.
Rosa turns back to them and just like, any sign of Jester?
All their stuff's there, even their comms. I'm not sure where they went. No body though, so we can be sure it's something stupid.
Good point. Well, let's get out of here. We'll find Jester after.
Rosa.
We gotta go. Yeah.
Make sure you sign a prenup.
So when that happens, Rosa's hair just does fall directly in front of her face, and that.
She wants to go to dinner.
Who wants to go to dinner? We have to
You
get out
know
of
who wants to go to dinner.
Rosa, this is the great thing because Rosa absolutely does not. Rosa definitely did clock the princess. Rosa definitely has, but Rosa has things on her mind at the moment. So it's like Rosa's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Let's get out of here. Goes to Rosa would start trying to gather up the hostages onto the cargo transport.
Yeah.
Come on, move it, people.
And you gather up these hostages who are all of them are basically various freighter crew, right? Sort of like crews that have been captured by these pirates, mostly captains and sort of people who are a little bit worth a little bit more. And you fly your way back to Draconis Station. And I would like to do a little bit of a moment. It's hectic, of course, the next couple of days. You've got of course, turns out the princess was there. They want to keep it hush-hush. Nobody can say the princess was there, but she's being sort of kept in a space. You all are being told to wait because the people in charge need to talk to you. And you've been told to show up at the station, don't tell anyone, in the briefing room, 9 o'clock sharp, after about 3 or 4 days of a bunch of madness and a lot of reports, a lot of sort of writing in what happened, what didn't happen, like everybody needs to know. And you are told to show up 9 o'clock, 0900 hours, on this one day. You don't know why.
Rose is there at 8:40.
And as you arrive, everyone in all 3 squadrons are there. And thank you for all of those bits. I believe that is enough for one more aspect. Ooh, I think we are 100 away from one more aspect. We're at 400 we need.
Oh, there we go.
We got it. We got
Nice. Nice, ma'am. That was excellent.
I'm going to tell you what that aspect is in one moment. As you're there, everyone is there. Everyone. Including the princess. And your general, your leader, says, all right, you 3, we're going to find Junkyard, but stand up in front of everyone. You're going to have to take your consequences.
Consequences.
Baron, step forward.
Rosa, stand up straight. I'll walk forward.
This is as straight as I get.
And the Baron sort of looks to the CO, the XO. They take a medal and they put it around your neck. Vandal, step forward. Consequences. Put the medal around your neck. All right, music box. Step forward. Consequences.
Rosa steps forward, just looks them directly in the eye.
Excuse me. And your commander steps back, and the door opens, and in walks your mother in full dress uniform.
Oh.
And she walks over to you. And she puts her hand out, and she takes the medal from your commander. And she puts the medal around your neck, Rosa.
Oh.
And she kisses you on the cheek, and as she does, she says, I'm so proud of you, honey. And she steps back. And she says, well, I have business to attend to. I cannot stay. And she walks back out again. In that way that your mother does when she gets a little bit awkward.
Yeah, Rosa has the same thing.
Yeah. Your mother's never been that great, with expressing feelings, but she did her best.
Yeah. That was a big thing for her to do right there. That was huge. Rosa knows this.
Well, says your commander, I would also like to bring forth Toad. And Toad steps forward, looking sour.
Why?
Very sour. It says, Toad, ceremony must be done. Toad steps forward reluctantly, with a little bit of hair growing back from the burning, reaches into the inside of his uniform pocket, and he pulls out a coin. And he hands the coin over to Rosa. And it says, top dog. and it's the coin that the person who has the most kills gets to keep.
Rosa just lets it drop into her hand, clenches it like, yes. Two wonderful things just happened to Rosa. So Rosa is trying to keep professional, suppress the flying high, and just clenches it, puts it in her pocket. Like, you better keep giving me a challenge. Pops
And
it.
Toad says, well, I think you and me dinner tonight.
I actually have plans with someone else.
Oh, well, all right then, I suppose. Well, later. And he sort of makes his way out. And they all start filing out. People nod as you have your aspect, which is our best squadron. You are now the best squadron. And the princess lingers. And she says, so, you've kept my secret. Thank you. We've been, well, I've been in secret talks with your president. I'm just trying to make things right. That's all. I think I have to go back because what if they have Jester?
They is in your family?
What if they do? And I feel like I probably have to go back just to see if she's been captured, because if she has, you've done so much for me. I want to do something back.
Rosa reaches out her hand and puts something in the princess's hand. It is just let's go. That's a communicator. If you see Jester, press it. And let me know where you are. Jester made this for this just in case of emergency. There's in case of Jester missing. There is a bunch of tech that is Rosa safe that Jester has put up in the room. So this is definitely some Jester tech. Rosa safe Jester tech.
All right, Raya. I want you to know that no one's ever treated me like a friend before I met you. And meeting you gave me the strength to keep doing what I was doing. You made me see the goodness in people, and you taught me about all the things that I learned growing up were lies, and you did it with kindness. Just seeing you be so warm and giving and open gave me the courage to, well, sneak out and sometimes bring plans with me. So thank you for being my friend.
And Raya, being Raya, is like awkwardly was like, yeah, high five.
Oh, and like it's another awkward high five back.
Yeah. No problem.
Baron, I have never seen someone as persuasive and somewhat scary, actually, as you. Well, besides my father. Thank you for coming to save me, and thank you for not ratting me out to that woman in the hat.
Yeah. It's not like I did it for your sake. I'm making tactical decisions.
Oh, I dropped something earlier. I think you had a lot of debt. Is that right?
Define a lot.
Well, whatever it is, you don't have it anymore. There are some perks with being a princess.
Thank you.
You know, People have talked about your family before. And I know it's complicated. So I understand.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh.
Don't you have places to be?
Yes, of course. I don't know. I don't know what I. Pardon me. I don't know anything about that either. And she gives you a little bit of a bow, and she says, "Well, I don't have to go until tonight. Dinner, on me."
We know a bar.
I would love to go.
Let's do it.
Vandal, don't you and I have that thing that we have to be at tonight, though? At the place.
You're muted. You're muted.
Roll for if you're gonna wingman, roll for pilot.
We're going to go pick up trash, right? Yeah, and we're gonna work on some financial planning for Baron.
Oh.
Oh, a very
Raya
diverse
just
evening.
Raya loves that kind of thing, and I have some community service I'm required to do. So yes,
Yeah,
perfect.
Well, I suppose that just means that Rose and I will have to go to dinner by ourselves. We'll just have to.
Yeah,
Capital
I
A,
guess.
it's a lovely place.
Oh, well, all right.
Well, then I guess
yeah.
Rosa kind of gestures for the princess. Not sure if am I supposed to get the Rosa? Rosa doesn't know. So Rosa, these are sliding doors, right? Rosa doesn't need to get the sliding doors for the princess.
No,
So Rosa, this is what happens. Rosa was like, I guess I'm supposed to get the door for the princess. So she just kind of walks over and kind of moves her arm near the sliding door to activate it, and then gestures through once it slides open.
And
After you.
Okay. Yes. And she walks through, and then she's like, and then after you?
Yeah, I think that's yeah. So Rosa then goes after again, and then
there's a little bit of
there's more.
And there's a little bit of awkwardness as they're walking down the corridors, and of course she's a little bit incognito as you go off to dinner. And I suppose what you hear is Flo being like, "All right, here you go." Right as you walk into your bar, I would love to have a bit of a post-credit scene for each of you, and then I will give you one for Jester. Let's start with Baron. Where do we find Baron, let's say in 2 or 3 months from now?
At the pawn shop.
There's a
He
person
is
behind the pawn
leaning
shop.
over he's leaning over the counter, slightly inebriated, and he's like, "Do you know how few of those they actually give out? That's for the best squad, not a good squad, not a great squad, not a fantastic squad, not a superior squad, only a legendary squad."
Well, that might be worth a whole lot of money, a whole lot of dough if you really want to pawn it. You in debt again? Baron, my best customer. And beams over some credits, gives you a credit stick or two, takes the award.
Hey, don't sell it. I'll be back in just a bit. I'll buy it back.
You always say that. And the pawn shop owner walks to the back of the room where there's a special box for things from Baron. And as he walks back there, there's a woman in a large hat with a cigarette in a large holder. And she says, the Baron, Lord Edward, is in trouble again. Perfect. Rosa's little montage. What is your ending moment in about 2 to 3 months?
There's a lot of obviously the search for Jester continues. So Rosa is constantly at a computer working, trying to do research, trying to find any trace, looking at, I mean, at this point she's just looking at misconnections and seeing if anyone mentions a messy oil covered begoggled human being. But for the most part, Rosa is back into her training. She's on the treadmill. You get there's lots of her running on the treadmill with like the space in the background, her silhouette. The texting the princess occasionally. There's some communication happening, some messages,
little secret
going
texts,
through there.
encrypted.
Well, it's all very. You got to be safe. You got to be smart. Luckily, there's some Rosa safe Jester tech that Jester left. But the main thing is Rosa is often at her desk in her room, and she has left Jester's side as messy as Jester would have wanted it. And that is the last thing that I can think of, with Rosa sitting there kind of texting the princess, doing as much research as you can, and then just kind of looking over at the empty space in her room, gears, oil, mess, and just like, gonna find her. Gonna find them.
And you get a little bloop, little message comes up on your tech. You all will be getting the new ships to test.
You can probably hear Rosa's yelling in excitement from any point on this station. Rosa, I don't want to. This microphone's a little too sensitive to yell, or I would do it, but it is massive yelling.
A woohoo.
A little bit of a woohoo.
Woohoo. And Raya, what about you?
Oh, Baron. Raya is happily at a pound, volunteering, taking care of puppies, having the best time, just absolutely loving it. And then talking to another volunteer as they're telling her about, I've been having a really hard time trying to make these connections happen and get things done. And I was just wondering, do you know anybody who could really help me get to meet people and know things? And I'm just like, yeah, I actually know somebody. His name's Baron. He's great. He's all these connections. It's awesome. I got it. And she's just like, yeah, I'm helping people and doing stuff, and probably getting herself entangled into something else that is unsavory.
And as you are there helping people, off in the distance, you don't notice it, but there is a government official standing next to someone with like perfect hair. And they're chatting and they're looking at you. Nod. And the person in the suit sort of takes a photograph of you. And there's a little bit more chatting. And perhaps sometime later, as you're walking back to your quarters, you see a poster that says, "Join the Draconis Volunteer Group." And there's this picture of you, a painting. They've made a painting of you, and you're sort of looking very heroic, and it says Tachyon Squadron. And there's Vandal as like the poster gal for the Tachyon Squadron.
Oh my goodness,
and the recruitment posters all have you everywhere, holding a puppy. And the last moment is a room and a pod. And in the pod is Jester. Asleep? Perhaps. You can only see Jester's face through this sort of foggy glass window. And this long, spindly alien floats over, looks into the pod, and says, "Interesting. Well, this will be fascinating, won't it?" And you hear another alien voice saying, "Indeed, it will. Well. What will be next for humanity?" as we zoom out, and there is a ripple in space as a completely cloaked ship monitors humanity. And that, my friends, is the end of our three-parter Tachyon Squadron, the Pirates of Kepler Valley.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
I'm gonna just gush, but I won't gush right now. I would love for each of our players to introduce themselves, say who you are, where we can find you next, give some love to the cast, and yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. By the way, we're gonna do a raid. I'm very excited, but I'm not gonna tell you about it until afterwards. Why don't we start with the deadly, the dangerous Rosa. Deadeye Rosa, whose mom did her best.
Did her best. Wow, that was fantastic, Trooper. Thank you so much, everyone. Great work. My name is Marcus, or Best Kind of Worst. You could follow me on Twitter there. Wow, this was I need to know what happens. I need to know what happens, Trooper. Trooper, you have to tell me what happens. We need to find. I really do like this. This is a lot of fun. Thank you guys all for this, and I want to give a big shout out to Baron. I wasn't expecting that we'd wind up in a pawn shop. That you'd wind up in the pawn shop at the end there, but that got me so hard. That was hilarious. That really that really popped me hard. So I want to give some shout outs, love to you there.
Baron's got mysteries upon mysteries, everybody.
Everyone's got so many different things happening. I need to know.
Where can we find you next? Marcus?
Me? Oh, I don't even
Yeah.
know. Oh,
What?
yeah, I'll be on, I think this Wednesday I'll be back on this channel. I gotta double check that if I remember the dates
Ooh.
correctly. I didn't think about
Ooh.
plugging anything. You could find me. Just come and find me. You'll find me in the woods. If you lift up some rocks, be careful, there might be some spiders. I'll probably be under there too, so don't worry too much about it. But that's probably the easiest way to find me. Pick up any rocks.
Cool,
I'm usually around there.
All right. Speaking of deadly, Rosa may be deadly with a pistol, but Baron is deadly with the words. You want somebody to demoralize your enemies? Have them give up? You need to talk to Baron. Strider, who are you? Where can we find you next? And give some love.
Hi, my name's Strider Heap. That's my Twitter handle too, if you can phonetically sound that out. Oh man,
Is that like
this
your Raya
game
Heap?
was the last name. It's Strider with a Y because my mom had to be a token nerd, but she had to be edgy about it. You know, I was born in the early '90s, so you got that like.
Yeah. I'm into it. It. Actually, I love that even more now.
Hey, what's going on? My name's Strider. This was a blast. I'm typecasting myself. I always play the same kind of grumpy wordsmith. I promise I'll play a happy little golden retriever next time. It's overdue.
Ooh.
I can't pick a favorite moment or person out of this whole cast because it has been a long time since I have played a streamed game on a channel like this one. And the whole vibe's different nowadays. People like ask you how you're doing. They check your boundaries. They respect you. Everyone's really nice and I love it. This is all great.
Oh yeah.
I want to throw the GM some more props too, because like we didn't hear your full gamut of voice acting capabilities last time in the first 2 sessions. You gotta go, expand that a little bit this one. There wasn't a single voice you did that I wasn't in love with. It was fantastic. You did catch me off guard once or twice, though. I'll give you that much.
I knew Kaido had to have the best voice. Just
I was
like
not
the
expecting
best
that. It was
voice.
perfect.
It was beautiful.
So I'm totally overwhelmed. I don't have anything to plug. Go, I'll make you a drawing if you message me, whoever hears this. So
and I believe Strider actually put an example of his art in the Discord, which you should follow. It's beautiful. It is so good. So good. Speaking of so good, the goodest cinnamon roll of the team, Mem, playing Vandal. Tell us who you are, where we can find you next, and give some love.
Oh, I'm a cinnamon roll.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
so cute. Oh, well, you can find me at Uncertain Mem on Twitter sometimes. I don't post much. I don't have anything going right now. So I'll just kind of periodically pop up somewhere sometimes, but nothing planned as of yet. And this was so much fun. I've loved it. I've loved every session. Everyone's been great. Oh my goodness. Oh, Marcus, both of you. It's been awesome. I love both of your characters, and like you guys really committed to them, and I liked it so much. And Trooper, as always, it's been such a pleasure. Like, I'm always so excited to do anything with you.
When I got to play with you in Ghosts of Saltmaw, it was so lovely, and I was like, I kept you in my mind. I was like, Mem, I will play with Mem again. If you do not know, Mem has got great range. Mem's character in Ghosts of Saltmaw is very, very gruff. Like, Mem does such a good job playing different characters, and so like I just have love for Mem's RP ability. Like, the whole team is wonderful. So like, love.
Trooper, I just noticed something in the. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just noticed something in the Roll20. I'm just gonna press this button and see what happens.
What happened?
Oh, season 2. Wow.
What?
That was a good
Legendary?
roll for season 2.
Oh, that was an amazing roll.
Oh
wow.
My goodness.
Gosh, Roll20 is just pretty amazing. I don't even know how that works.
That's wild.
Huh. And I will say, I'm Trooper SJP, and I've been your game moderator, and I want to say thank you all for being here. I want to give love to, look, this is like space opera, and you have to get the right tone, which is sort of an action adventure, but also a little bit of heart. And all of the players, including, of course, B Zelda, they are amazing, just brought the right tone. And you all were, it was like that really great teamwork. And I know there's going to be a volleyball scene of y'all playing volleyball at some point in time on the beach. Like, it's just all going to be good all the time. And thank you all. And I want to thank especially chat, everybody who's been here watching. Thank you for being here. Being here is what makes it awesome, right? Like, I love playing with everybody, but I really love to play with you all and the great community. And thank you all for helping and supporting this and keeping them alive. And I was about to go and murder Jester, but somebody other Doc donated to clear that consequence. And so Jester didn't die, however, has been kidnapped. But speaking of kidnapping, we're going to do a raid. And we're going to do a raid to the Games Tavern, where B Zelda, our very own beloved Jester, is playing a charity game. So let's go over there and support them. But before we do, I would like everybody in chat and our cast to give some very extra special love to Half-Arsed Hermit, who is our tech. She has kept us safe and has supported us and has run all of the tech for the show. She has made our overlays and our frames, everything that you see that's happened, all the cool transitions, all the cool art, all of that has been Half-Arsed Hermit, who is so wonderful and so kind and so on top of things, and like never half-arsed anything, is the utmost professional, and as a person who I would always work with, I would have her as a tech any day of the week, because she makes it possible for me to do what I do. So please, let's give all the love to Lydia, especially mod and techie and game mistress and awesome all-around person who has given me some tea that's right over there that I'm going to be giving reviews of. So thank you, Lydia. And everyone else, best cast ever. Thank you so much for doing this madness, and we are going to raid. Let's go raid and give some love, most love, to B Zelda, and, let's do some love for charity over at the Games Tavern. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Weave the Tale. We will, let's go. Season 2.
These are the tales we weave. Tales of magic, tales of mystery, tales exploring the beyond. And while we continue to grow, even more adventures await. In the depths of the unknown. Will you join us in the telling?